New York flyhalf, Sam Windsor. Sam, you're approaching a milestone the next time you set foot in the pitch. What's it like to walk on 50th MR match?
It's a weird one to think about, really. It's never given, right? Any game is never given. It's always a privilege to step on the field and go to the first, your 10th, your 50th, or your 100th. So to have been in the league as long as I have and to almost got to 50 is pretty special for me. And it's been a long journey. 4 years in Houston was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. We didn't have a lot of success there. But every time I step on the field, it's an amazing opportunity for me. It's a privilege. Whether it was the Houston boys or these New York guys, rugby's built around camaraderie and mateship and fun. So I'm having a great time doing it. And I'm just fortunate enough that the numbers have been ticking up, and I'm almost there.
A couple of your best memories in the MLR?
We didn't have too many good ones at Houston, to be honest, but we had a good run in the second season to finish the year. We went through some ups and downs and had in a pretty dark spot, and we ended up winning 4 or 5 straight to end the season on a really big high. Unfortunately, a lot of the players kind of dispersed after that year and went to other teams or other countries. So I look back fondly on those games. The group of guys that we had, the coach had left, so it was really player driven, and we kind of relied on that mateship and sort of the culture that we created over the season to really get the job done at the back end of that season. Coming here to New York, I've only been here a couple of months, but I've already created memories and got to play with some of the guys I've been playing against for the last 4 years. So I think we're building something really special here. So if you ask me that question again in a few more months, I'll probably have a couple of other memories to share with you.
To do that.
Cool.
Now, you played professionally in Australia, from Australia.
Yeah.
You also played in Ireland and the UK.
Correct.
What brought you to the US?
I finished my career in Europe at Ulster. I signed there for a year and I re-signed for a second year. And halfway through the second year, I wasn't playing a lot of rugby. I was playing a bit of time for club footy, but didn't feel I was getting the opportunities at the top level that I needed. Whether I deserved them or not, that's up to sort of the coaching staff. And I kind of lost love for the game and lost that drive to want to get out and play on the field. And my fiance at the time, Becca, now my wife, was living in the States, and we planned for her to come back. And we ended up just having a conversation about, professional rugby is going to start in the US sooner rather than later, and it was a bit of a gamble, and we sort of took the plunge. I moved out, played some club footy up in Seattle with the Saracens, the Seattle Rugby Club, and then got the opportunity with Houston. So I feel like I learned a lot in my career leading up to my time here in America, so I felt like I could have brought something to America and professional rugby here in America that I probably would have done differently had I been in other areas. So things that I thought were done poorly in Europe or Australia, or that might have catered better to the player, I tried to instill at Houston and also bring that on board here in New York.
Being a professional athlete, there's significant time commitments. You're playing at least 6 months of the year. Some are playing almost all year round. Being married, you want to support your spouse and things they want to accomplish. In what way do you do that?
Becca's my best friend. We're very close. We have a great understanding and a great relationship. She's sacrificed a lot for me already. We've been together about 10 or 11 years. We've known each other, but married 5 years the other day was our anniversary. So thank you very much. Texas for her wasn't somewhere she ever thought she was going to live, and she kind of rolled up her sleeves and put on a brave face, and didn't quite have the community of friends that she probably wanted or felt she could have had there, and some came and some left. So it was pretty tough for her there. So the patience that she showed towards me to try to achieve my goals, and she was always there at the end of the game with a smile on her face, whether we lost, whether we won, whether I was banged up or not. Seeing her at the end of each game made it always worthwhile, and that reassurance that bad day or good day, I get to go home to her and our life together. Rugby's not everything, right? For me, it's about family, and all my family live overseas, so having her with me, some away games and all home games, is really special to me, and that's what it's about. And I gave her an opportunity to choose where she wanted to live, basically, at the end of my time in Houston, and I wanted her to be in a place where she can succeed and she can excel in her life and go after some of her dreams. And I feel like she's really settled in here in New York, and Rick and his partner Nicky have done a great job in creating a family atmosphere here and almost prioritising the well-being of the partners over the players, which I think is super important. So she's having a great time. All the while they'll back me up on that, and she couldn't be happier, we couldn't be happier, and she's happy, so that's amazing.
You're still playing at the top of your game, and I know you've done a lot of work coaching. Have you thought about future plans after rugby? I know I read someplace that you were potentially interested in owning coffee shops.
Definitely, coffee's a passion of mine. Coffee, sneakers, group fashion. Getting to my age, you've got to start thinking about what's coming next, and coaching's probably always been something that I'm interested in, but probably something that I'm not too keen to get into straight away. I think I could add value at sort of an administration level, or helping teams find that niche of professional rugby here in America. So American sports are done a lot differently to professional rugby elsewhere in the world. So your footballs, your basketballs, your baseballs, it's a different product than what rugby is. So conveying that to the American public, conveying it to the fans, trying to create a rugby atmosphere as opposed to an American sports atmosphere, I think is really important. But then also amongst the team and as an organisation, things need to be done differently to accommodate rugby players. We're just a different breed of sportsmen than most other sports. So not too sure yet. Plenty of time, I hope. But loving life here on the East Coast, I think we'll be sticking around New York for a while. And whether that's as a coaching capacity, a playing capacity, helping Rick out with some front office stuff. I'm looking forward to that. But big job to do first. And
Americans have skills getting visas.
Yeah, looking back on my time at Houston, I was there as a player coach in the interim and managed to wear a few different hats, which has probably set me up for my life after footy. I got to learn and the hard way. Learn not knowing much, but made contacts, met people, and they got Houston off the ground. And it's good to see them having some success now. And I think that was because of the work we did, in the early days.
Well, it was nice catching up with you. Good luck the rest of the season. See you in 2 weeks.
Cheers, I appreciate it. Thank you.